Have you ever been in that just excruciating position where you're watching someone you love, a child, a friend, and they are just, I mean, careening toward a cliff?
Oh, yeah.
You can see it. It's all in slow motion. You know exactly where the road ends, and they are just flooring it.
It's a physical reaction, isn't it? It's completely visceral. Your heart starts pounding. You get sweaty palms. You want to just reach into their car and yank the wheel.
Exactly. And the instinct is to scream, right? To lecture, to throw yourself in front of them. You're thinking, I have the map. Why wouldn't you just look at my map?
But they don't.
They never do. They just drive right off the edge. And you're left there feeling, I don't know, angry, helpless, and just unappreciated.
Yeah.
You're just thinking, I only want what's best for them. Why is my love being rejected?
It is a universally frustrating human experience. But what if that instinct, that desperate need to grab the wheel, what if that's actually the problem?
See, that is a really hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what we're unpacking today.
It is.
We're doing a deep dive into this fascinating production called Experience Energetic Citizen, specifically their 20th episode. And let me tell you, the sources they've pulled together are not pulling any punches.
No, they are not. The central argument is really confrontational. It suggests that what we call mercy or help, it might actually be making our loved ones handicapped.
That is a heavy word, handicapped. That implies like permanent damage.
It's intentional. The source frames this whole thing as a conflict between two huge opposing forces. On one side, you have the Saviour Complex, that's us wanting to fix everything.
Right.
And on the other, you have the law of karma, which is basically the universe saying, back off, this isn't your job.
So let's get into the weeds here.
Yeah.
The source introduces us to this character study to set the stage. A man named Seth Gianarum, and I have to be honest, reading about Seth, I felt a little attacked.
I think a lot of us have a little Seth Gianarum inside of us.
No.
Seth is the archetype of the well-intentioned but stressed out elder. He's 58, he's successful, he has wealth, but the source says he's just consumed by this one sorrow. He walks around thinking, I want his welfare, but he doesn't listen to me.
He's talking about his son.
About his son, yeah.
I want his welfare. I mean, it sounds so noble, doesn't it? It sounds like the literal definition of parental love. How can wanting someone's welfare be a bad thing?
And that's the trap. The source calls this the Messiah complex, the savior trap. See, Seth isn't just wishing for his son's welfare. He's actively trying to engineer it.
He's lecturing.
He's lecturing, he's correcting, he's trying to force his son onto the right path. But what's the result? Is the household happy?
No. The notes say the son just avoids him, he walks away, and Seth is left with high blood pressure and, a lot of resentment.
Exactly. Seth thinks he's the hero of the story, the only thing standing between his son and disaster. But he's actually become the antagonist of his own peace of mind.
He's stressed because he's trying to control the uncontrollable. So if Seth is the cautionary tale, who's the role model? Because the source contrasts him with another character, Master Dinanath.
Right. Master Dinanath is the goal state. He operates on this principle called Sakshi Bhav.
Sakshi Bhav. Okay, that's a key term in this deep dive. We should probably break that down for anyone who might not be familiar with it.
Roughly, it translates to witness mode.
Witness mode.
It's the state of being a neutral observer. Master Dinanath loves his family, he cares about them, but he isn't emotionally entangled in the outcome of their actions. He's calm, detached. He isn't trying to steer their boat. He's just standing on the shore, watching the tide.
Okay, I have to play devil's advocate here for a second.
Please do.
Because to a lot of people, witness mode sounds, it sounds cool.
Indifferent, yeah.
Right, indifferent.
Yeah.
If my kid is drowning, metaphorically or literally, I'm supposed to just stand on the shore and take notes. Oh, look, he's sinking. Interesting.
And that is the most common objection. And it comes from a misunderstanding of what love actually is. This is where the source brings in a really crucial distinction between mode delusional attachment and Vivekpur Prem, or enlightened love.
Okay, so Mo versus Prem, what's the functional difference?
Well, Mo looks like love, but it's actually about you. It's your anxiety, your need for control. It's your inability to tolerate seeing someone you love in pain.
So Mo wants to remove all the barriers.
All the barriers, all the pain, all the struggle. It wants to give the child facilities without any effort.
And Prem?
Prem, or enlightened love, focuses on the other person's growth.
Yeah.
It values self-reliance, swavalambhan. It understands that struggle is a necessary ingredient for strength.
Right.
Mo makes children handicapped. Prem prepares them for the battlefield of life.
This leads us directly to the central metaphor of this whole thing. I know it's a classic story, but the way this source applies it to this Saviour complex is, uh, it's pretty devastating. It's the story of the butterfly.
It really is the emotional core of the argument. So picture this. A man's walking in his garden. He sees a cocoon. It's shaking. There's a butterfly inside, struggling to get out.
Right. It's beating its wings, looks like it's in agony, it's trapped.
And the man feels that surge of mercy. He thinks, oh, the poor thing, why should it suffer? I can fix this.
Yeah, he thinks he's doing a good deed.
Right. He runs inside, grabs a pair of small scissors, and comes back. And he just gently snips the cocoon open. The opening is wide now. The struggle is over.
And the butterfly just falls out.
It's
Easy.
easy. But then the horror sets in. The butterfly has this swollen body and shriveled tiny wings. The man waits for it to expand and fly away. But it never does.
Oh,
It
no.
just crawls around in the dirt for a few hours, dragging this body, and then it dies.
Because he hacked the system.
He didn't understand the biology. The source explains this so beautifully. The struggle is the pump. That immense pressure of squeezing through that tiny opening is what forces the vital fluids from the body into the veins of the wings.
That's what makes them strong enough to fly.
That resistance is what expands the wings. That struggle creates the very structure for flight.
So by helping with
Yeah.
the scissors, the man didn't save the butterfly, he amputated its future.
He stole its life. He stole its capacity to fly. And if we connect this back to parenting or, mentoring, it's a terrifying realization.
Yeah.
When we rush in to pay off the debt our child incurred, or when we call a teacher to smooth over a conflict or give them a job they didn't earn, we are holding the scissors.
That is a massive aha moment right there.
Yeah.
We think we are saving them from pain, but we're actually robbing them of the fluid they need in their wings. We're creating that handicapped state.
And this isn't just an analogy. The source backs this up with some pretty hard-hitting philosophy from some of its other sources. There's a citation here from, I think, August 1978 that is quite blunt.
Yeah, I have that quote here. It says, "One who walks on crutches can never stand on their own feet." And it goes even darker. It says, "Dependency, Lamban, is like self-destruction."
Strong language, right? Self-destruction. They're not mincing words.
Not at all.
They are saying that if you let someone depend on you completely, you aren't being a good parent or friend. You're participating in their spiritual weakening.
You're handing them crutches and then wondering why they won't run.
Exactly.
But okay, let's zoom out. We live in a society. We're social creatures. If I see someone struggling with groceries, I help them. If my friend is sick, I bring soup. I mean, where is the line? Are we saying all help is bad?
That's the million-dollar question. And the source answers it by pivoting to the law of karma. This is where the conversation shifts from psychology to what they call the unchangeable rule.
This is from the May 1963 archives. What's the rule?
The rule is about karma pog, reaping the consequences. And the source states it very simply. In the reaping of karma, there are no partners.
No partners. So we are all in this alone.
Existentially, yes. The source says every soul is on a solo journey. You can love someone, you can feed them, you can build them a house, but you cannot digest their food for them, you can't sleep for them, and you absolutely cannot process their karma for them.
That's a powerful image. I can't digest your food for you. If I try, it's just going to get messy for everyone.
Exactly. Think about Seth Gayanarim again. His stress, his high blood pressure, it all comes from trying to break this law. He thinks if he just lectures enough, if he worries enough, he can carry his son's karmic backpack for him.
Yeah.
But the law of karma says, no, Seth, that backpack belongs to your son. It contains his lessons. You can't wear it.
So realizing this shifts you from feeling ignored, why won't they let me help, to realizing, oh, I literally can't help in the way I thought.
It shifts the perspective from I'm failing to save them to I am respecting their journey. It allows you to move toward that witness mode like Master Dynamic. You realize their struggle is their cocoon time. It's necessary.
It sounds liberating, honestly. It takes the weight of the world off your shoulders.
Yeah.
And there's always a but. Does this mean we just shut up? Do we just sit back, eat popcorn, and watch the disaster unfold? Because the source also talks about conduct versus speech.
This is the nuance. It's not about silence. It's about credibility. The source tackles what it calls the credibility gap.
This goes back to why Seth's son just walks away from him, right?
Yes. Think about the dynamic in that house. Seth is stressed out, he's controlling, he's anxious, he's probably shouting, and yet he's trying to tell his son how to live a good, balanced life.
The product doesn't match the sales pitch. The son looks at his dad and thinks, why would I ever listen to you? You're miserable.
Precisely. The source states it very clearly. The right to preach belongs only to those who have practiced it in their own conduct.
Ouch. So if I'm a mess,
Yeah.
I have no business telling you how to organize your life.
Behavior over words. The source argues change is possible through behavior occurren, not speech. If Seth wants his son to be calm and wise, Seth needs to be calm and wise first.
Okay.
If you're embodying that witness mode like Master Dinanath, calm, detached, stable people naturally gravitate toward that energy. They see it's working for you.
It's attraction rather than promotion. You become the example.
Yes. And when they see that stability, they might actually ask for your advice, and that's key. Advice is only useful when it's solicited.
Right.
When the student is ready, the teacher appears. But Seth is just trying to force-feed the teaching.
There's this very dramatic moment in the source material, scene 5, where they visualize this shift. They call it the sacrifice box.
This is a mental ritual they describe. It's really symbolic. They suggest you imagine writing a phrase on a piece of paper, Sabka Masiha.
Which means everyone's savior.
Right. You write everyone's savior on this paper, and then you burn it.
You just burn the paper.
You watch it turn to ash. The act of burning it is symbolic of an ego death. Because, let's be honest, the Saviour Complex is often just that, a complex. It's about ego.
It's interesting you call it ego because usually we think of helping people as this selfless acts. I'm so good for helping. But you're saying the need to be the helper is actually arrogant.
It's the height of arrogance. It assumes that you know better than the other person, better than nature, and better than the law of karma. It assumes you are the architect of outcomes.
So burning that label is admitting I'm not God, I'm just a witness.
Exactly.
So if we burn the savior label, what are we left with? What's the new job description?
The source summarizes it beautifully with a shift in metaphor. We stop being a crutch, and we start being a Prakash Punj, a beam of light, a lighthouse.
I love that image because it's so passive, but at the same time so incredibly powerful.
Think about how a lighthouse operates in a storm. Does it run out into the waves and try to grab the boats?
No, of course not. It would drown. It'd be useless.
Exactly. It stands firm on the rock. It's immovable. It shines a light that says, here are the sharp rocks and here is the safe channel. It provides the data, the clarity. But, and this is the hard part, it's up to the captain of the boat to steer.
And if the captain ignores the light, if they're drunk or stubborn and steer right into the rocks.
The lighthouse doesn't dim its light. It doesn't run down the stairs crying. It doesn't blame itself. It just keeps shining. That is Sakshi Bhav. That is the witness mode.
That really changes the definition of helping, doesn't it? Helping isn't interfering with the steering wheel. Helping is remaining stable enough so that your light is always there if they need it.
Correct, because eventually the captain might crash. And when they are swimming in the wreckage looking for safety, they need to see that light still shining.
Right.
If you burn out from stress and anxiety because you were trying to be a savior, your light is out. You're no good to anyone.
So, practically speaking, for the listener who wants to apply this, what's a protocol?
The protocol is simple, but it's very difficult. Number 1, give advice only when asked.
Okay.
Number 2, stop being a crutch. And number 3, work on your own stability.
It's like the safety briefing on an airplane. Put on your own oxygen mask before assisting others.
It's exactly that, but the source puts it even better in its closing affirmation. Drop the stubbornness to fix others. Connect with the duty to improve yourself.
Drop the stubbornness. I really like that phrasing. Because it really is stubbornness, isn't it? We keep banging our heads against the wall, trying to change people who don't want to change, and we call it love.
But it's really just us refusing to accept reality, a refusal to respect their sovereignty and their karma.
Here's where it gets really interesting for me, though. We've talked about the butterfly, the lighthouse, but let's get real. In the heat of the moment, how do we stop ourselves? When you see the scissors on the table and the cocoon is right there, and you know you could fix it in 5 minutes.
You have to remember the cost. That's why that butterfly story is so graphic. You have to look at those scissors and realize they aren't tools of mercy, they're weapons. You have to tell yourself, if I cut this cocoon, I am robbing them of their strength. I'm committing a theft.
That is a harsh but necessary reframe. I'm not saving them, I'm robbing them.
And honestly, this brings up a provocative thought to leave our listeners with. The source pushes us toward this witness mode, but I want to ask you, the listener, if you are truly practicing this, are you strong enough to watch someone you love struggle?
That's the real test, isn't it? It isn't about being lazy, it's about having strength.
It is. Can you stand there, hands in your pockets, heart open, watching them wrestle with their own cocoon, knowing you could cut it open, but choosing not to?
Hmm.
Knowing that the struggle is the only thing that will give them wings. That takes more strength than intervening ever will.
Yeah, it takes so much more courage to just do nothing than to jump in and do something sometimes.
Absolutely. Doing nothing with full awareness is an act of profound spiritual discipline. It's an act of faith in that other person's capacity to handle their own life.
Well, this has certainly given me a lot to think about with my own relationships.
Huh.
I think I need to go find some metaphorical scissors and hide them from
I
myself.
think we all do. We all have a little bit of Seth Gianaram in us, thinking we run the show.
We really do. So, to our listener, take a look at your own life. Who are you trying to save? Are you being a lighthouse or are you handing out crutches?
And remember the source's final sign-off. It really sums it all up. Drop the stubbornness to fix others, connect with the duty to improve yourself.
A huge thank you to the source material, Experience Energetic Citizen, for this eye-opening deep dive. It's been a reality check for me, for sure.
Indeed. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.